Right, there you are.
There you are.
So, Jared, how's been for you this week?
Ouch! No, no.
So Pepito's not that small anymore,
He loves it. Wow, those are sharp teeth.
and now he's chewing everything. So,
No.
all right. Uh,
All right. So what was the question? All right, Andrea, can hear
so
us.
so
How
how
was?
how it's been your week so far, and what do you think of the Monday mission?
I'm trying to remember. Well, this week has been rest and recovery. As you know, we had the retreat last week. So wow, ouch. The I say the retreat was powerful. It was amazing, an amazing group. It was so much fun. Had so many sound sessions, so many breakthroughs, so much. Just the stories of people of their experience, the healing, the letting go of trauma, the letting go of all these different things. It's hard to put words to it. And yeah, just catching up on sleep, catching up on some tasks, and coming back to the matrix.
Coming back to the
Yeah.
Matrix.
You?
Oh my gosh, this is painful. Little sharp teeth, and I feel the same way. I feel it was a very beautiful week. Uh, the groups that come together, they're perfect in their own way. They're all different. And I think it's very humbling. I think that's the word, very humbling to see people coming so tight and then allowing themselves to have this colemas, to have this fasting, the juices, and to see the transformation. And I would say it's easy when you're in a group um, with people together, and everybody cheers each other and you're there, like it's in person. It's not like digital, but in person is so powerful. And we always at the beginning say that by the end of the week you're going to be taking photos of the things that come out of the body, and at the first day everybody's like, no
Oh, you're
way,
gross. You guys, you're crazy.
I'm not
You're
gonna,
nasty.
yeah, I'm not that person. And by the end of the week everybody is so impressed, and they have photos on their phones, sharing the photos. So it's interesting. And no, just humbling, because I guess there's gotta be a moment in your life where you say, this is it. This is a moment I change. This is a moment I decide to do things differently. This is a moment I give myself a moment to reset. And yeah, just grateful to be back. We haven't really rested as much as I would like to,
Okay, so this is what I'm going to do.
but
This guy, sorry to interrupt, but this guy's going to be at it all call long for the whole hour. So I'm going to put him in the other room
it's gonna
because
start
he's like, oh, it's
squeaking.
playtime. I'm going to bite everything and anything I can get my mouth on, right?
Yeah, it's playtime. Oh, you just put it there and we'll see,
But him,
because
him,
it's gonna start.
not
See
him.
him. It's gonna start.
He's going to start.
He's gonna start screaming also and
Well, maybe he'll
crying.
take a nap. So, okay,
Feet,
where were
feet
we?
up, feet up.
Yeah.
We're in feet up. No, just sharing a little bit about the week, and
Yeah.
happy to be back. So, what do you feel about this week's mission?
So I'm about 95% certain that next week we'll be doing the detox cleanse, which will include this same recipe. So I'm holding off till next week. Um, but when I did, oh, that hurts. Uh, yeah, I don't think I've had this particular recipe with the binder and the diatomaceous earth, so I'm looking forward to digging
Yeah.
in.
How it's
Okay,
been for you?
he's going in the room. He's got a.
How it's been for you? The recipe? Have you tried it already? Oh my gosh! Don't. Then see who gets all excited because of the toy.
All right. Back. Yeah, he's got a bunch of chews, but he chews everything but the chews.
So how it's been for you the mix? Because previously in previous weeks you've been have the opportunity to test the psyllium husk completely alone, and now that it's mixed, it's different. Is your body is gonna feel it differently? But I would like to know how it's been for you because the recommendation was if you choose to consume this mixture, there's gotta be a lot of hydration, like a lot.
I'm, I don't know. I guess this just comes in. I'm super excited about the weeks coming because the more investigation that we do, and the more people that we speak to that have done, also have done deep parasite cleanses. It's there's this huge boom about biohacking, right? Everybody's the newest and the greatest and the new technology. But I think what people are failing to realize is the most potent biohacking and longevity, at least one of the foundations of longevity and anti-aging, is cleaning out the gut and getting rid of parasites. Like those two things wreak havoc with everything from the immune system to the mental. So your mental, emotional body are all over the place because of parasites, because of a gut that's not healthy. So I'm just really excited over the next couple of weeks, few weeks, as we continue to go down this road with the detoxing and the parasites and again the things that the conversations that we've had as well with other people that are detoxing parasites. It's mind blowing and it's super exciting. So
So Tina,
hi
you
there. I'm curious about the membership. If I can no longer afford the membership, can I still access the content that I paid for with my membership account, or is that all content going away? So they answer that in two ways. Or did you want to answer? Or you want me to answer?
go ahead.
The two ways, and also for some context, at the very, very beginning when we opened up the membership, there was a lot of uncertainty. There was COVID. There were jobs being lost, and all this uncertainty.
2020.
So what we did is we opened up at the beginning with a pay what you can type of model. And over the years, as we continue to invest, not only in our own healing, our own investigation and research, which is thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, infrastructure for the membership, um, we feel it's still a bargain at only $59 a month. So yeah, getting 4 hours a week with both of us, just that alone. And it's not an ego thing. It's just, it really is. It's we look at the value and the amount of time and energy and um,
And at the same way, keeping it simple because we could be here every day, like throwing so much information, but nobody will consume. We know that because even simple missions people don't do. And even though we give them like once a week, very small bites, still is not necessarily being consumed. So we have to have that balance between all the things and information that we can share, and at the same time keeping it simple to not overwhelm anybody.
right. And again, this isn't coming from like, oh, we're up here. No, it's just everybody here has a lot of experience and they've spent time and energy investing in learning certain things. It's just this is what we've been spending our time and energy and our money on over the years. So now everyone here doesn't have to spend the tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars that we spent and all the time to try and sift through and test and understand if things work or don't work. So at $59 a month is
Right.
still dirt cheap, and it's not being insensitive. We've been many times on a roller coaster, and we've had situations where we didn't have an extra $59. So it's not being insensitive. However, the things that are important, the things that we commit to, there's always a way. Like, there's always a way. There's always a way. This isn't thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. This is something that's very, very affordable. And going back to your question, Tina, is this something? So this is like, think of Netflix. When you sign up for Netflix and then you say, hey, you know what? I'm not using it, or I'm not getting value from it, or fill in the blank, and you cancel your subscription, you're not going to get access to
Movies.
all of the series and movies of Netflix. So same here. Um,
Same with every membership, whether it's Prime,
Yeah.
Spotify, HBO Max, um, Masterclass,
Amazon
anything,
Prime, like,
anything,
all
anything,
these.
same thing.
Yeah.
And also maybe just to add that the monthly price we're requesting has to do with the value of attribution, which we've noticed that a lot of people is not present, and a lot of people are not doing the missions, and then you realize like they have all these health problems, or they're so focused on the health problems that they forget that what we do here is what's actually going to help you to improve and to uh, help you revert disease or bring the body more into harmony. So it's weird that a lot of people don't take advantage of the resources because the focus is completely somewhere else. And I think the most ethical thing that we can do is to help you understand the value of the membership. And also, we've paid a lot of way more expensive memberships with less content and with less
One-on-one.
coaching sessions. But it's just that what we want to learn in a specific moment, and that's perfectly fine. So also an invitation, really, really, I know some of you decided to leave, but an invitation that take advantage, even if you go, it's okay, of doing the money missions. I don't know if you have been doing the list of money missions we've been sharing over the months. That I did also a compilation, and I put them in the email that a lot of you responded. So take advantage. Take advantage of those missions, put them into practice, create time, because if money is an issue, then this type of missions that we're sharing with the community can help you, whether you choose to stay or go. That's fine. But the idea is that you do it, you take advantage of it, right? So an invitation once again to go back to that email, and you have the summary. I put everything in there. Some maybe I left because I couldn't really.
There's like 20 links in there that all have
Exactly.
to do
So
with.
to not overwhelm you, we have like 20 links of money and access to the platform, to the money decrees, the abundance decrees. Like, take advantage and test. Test to see if that works for you, because the most important thing is not to tell you, hey, do it, do it, do it, do it. If you don't do it, it's not gonna work. Same with everything. Same with everything in life. If you pay for something and you don't do it, it's not gonna work. So
it doesn't make sense.
so again, invitation, go and do the money missions. There are a lot to choose from.
And I mean, just bringing this to a practical sense with my mom. So she's in a health situation right now where literally one session of a vitamin C IV and a couple of other components. One IV was over $500. So literally, all of the things that we've provided over the last 4 years are the exact things that will prevent people like my mom going through what they have to go through right now. And having, you know, again, Lau always says you either invest in your health or you invest in your illness. And again, we get it. A lot of you are doing the work and it's amazing. But just putting things in perspective, like looking back, like I've had conversations with mom and she's like, yeah, Jared, you were right. You know, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done that. So again, another, um, what's the
It's
word I'm looking
difficult,
for?
difficult
Oh man.
for your mom to say that because maybe just to give some context, um, she's getting vitamin C IV, but also ozone IVs and vitamin B and other types of components that yes are quite
I
expensive,
think
right?
with the ozone it was like $700 or $800 one session.
Give or take, and she needs to have them at least, ideally twice a week, ideally. But then we offer the option of a coffee enema. You know, how much does really cost a coffee enema? That it's affordable and something that you can do daily for a Gerson therapy, 2 3 times a day for Gerson, or once a week that we suggested here at least to test. The comparison, how cheap, how cheap it is and how affordable, because we do believe that health and thriving, you can find that in nature. And we've been already immersed in a world where medicine is expensive. Medical care is so expensive. Getting sick is so expensive. And we want to share, it's not supposed to be expensive. I mean, you can revert, you can balance, you can harmonize with nature, paying attention to what nature offers. Yet at the same time, if it's too cheap, nobody pays attention. And I remember I post a quote in Tuesday quote that is like, breath work free, sunlight free, um, you know,
Grounding, free, like
everything
all these.
free, like all these things that would really improve you. But because they're free, it said in the quote, because it's free, nobody pays attention to them. They prefer to go and get the IVs, or they prefer to go to the hyperbaric chamber and pay a lot when you can actually do breath work, or you go into the infrared sauna instead of attending sweat lodges, which are for the community, or having a mindful exposure to sunlight, also based on one of the missions we did. So is this thing, of, it's not supposed to be expensive, but how much you're willing to pay attention and to do, how much willing you're actually to invest, how much you're required to invest to pay attention and to do the missions. And that's where we felt that we were not being we're not being
Service, it's not
in
fair
service, because
to
a
do.
lot of people are not paying attention, and a lot are,
And we see
but also is that's our drive, that's our, that the place we're coming from is, how many of you we've seen also in the emails, I can't, I'm in a health journey, I'm sick, I have to pay medical bills, and like I have to invest in this. But it's like, are you applying these things? Are you applying everything, the resources for getting your health back? And a lot of people is not. It's like, oh yeah, I don't have time. It's like, oh my gosh, how crazy is that?
a while back I mentioned, hey, I apologized in advance if I got a little worked up because of what my mom was going through, and I feel like I've been really calm. Um, I haven't been very adamant with you. And again, we know a lot of you are doing the work, and that's awesome. But if you're not doing the work, not a big deal. Like, this past is past. But now, right here today, you have an opportunity to make a change for the future. Forget about the past, doesn't matter. But from here moving forward, you can do something different today. And the things that are offered in these Monday missions, in the morning protocols, in the liver cleanse, in the parasite cleanse, in these things.
In the healing our lineage, in the healing our money relationship, in the
These are the things that are proven, not by us, but by many thousands of people to heal and get your health back on track. So now's the time to start implementing one thing that you haven't, that you, oh yeah, I'll get to that, I'll get to that. But again, I know I've said this many times, but I guarantee everyone here, you do not want to go through what my mom's going through. And these things right here are things you can do to prevent what she's going through.
because again, maybe to mention what she's going through has an emotional root, and it's so difficult to explain or to share the information of how important it is to let go of anger and let go of resentment, forgive your family, like, and this resentment's coming out full on force. And it's that part, that's why we have this type of missions as well, of ancestry or emotional parts, because there might be small, might be ridiculous, but they play a big part. And at the same time, there's the physical part that we encourage you to do. And it's just very, very, it's difficult for the family to see. And not only her, but I would say also other people that we love that are in this journey, that we have to let them be, we have to let them go. But it's the same. It's like we have these tools, we've tested, we know it works. Like, let me, share with you, take advantage. It's the same with all of you. Take advantage of what we're sharing because it works.
And not only,
And it's sad to see them, at least, to see some of you not doing the work, and to see them also, maybe another thing. And yeah, we understand it's part of everybody's journey, but it's just, I think the most rebellious act against the system that is keeping us oppressed is to heal yourself and to thrive in the midst of this matrix and this chaos. We're constantly keeping us bombarded with all sorts of, from chemicals to programs to, you know the the biggest act, yeah, of rebellion is to be healthy.
so you say you're the black sheep. Well, this is your chance. But, and again, not just about my mom, but yeah, like Lau said, the emotional part, the physical part, the detoxing part, like those three are so important. And not just her, but again, last week it was fresh. We had 13, 14 people come down, and hearing the stories and seeing the things that they have released emotionally and physically this last week, it's mind blowing. Absolutely mind blowing.
And also to see them through their health journey, some in a really bad shape because of course lifestyle choices, but also to the same is like almost you want people to take advantage and to do the things because that's the that's what's gonna uh, tilt the scales.
Sure, sure. Like it's,
and
yeah.
and it's just, it's like, no, I'm not ready for that yet. Oh my gosh, it's like, it's very, it's part of our teachers, our teachers of us letting go of that, um, what we can offer. Same, I would say, with every coach or with every people or with every person in the world of wellness, that they really want their clients to be good, to feel good, to have results. But truly, nobody can push anybody to, we cannot force the horse to drink water. It's like, okay, so let go.
So, all right. I think that's enough of a rant, huh?
Yeah.
So, Andrea, we'll catch up on the message. Andrea, I haven't tried this week's mission yet. I want to find out if people think you need to stick close to the bathroom or not. No, not at all. I'm not able to be by a restroom all the time during the week. I might wait until the weekend to do
No.
it. No, it's
No,
not something that's going to encourage
no, 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 not at
a
all.
mass release.
No, no,
It's
no, not at all.
not at all.
It's think about it like it creates a lot of volume in your fecal. Your fecal material is gonna be huge. So if you poo little, I don't think that's your case. But if you poo, um, some people poo like Cheetos or like little balls. Some people is very constipated. So what this helps to do is also increases because there's fiber, but there's also a clay to detoxify. There's also the diatomaceous earth that has antiparasitic, antimicrobial functions, mixed, which is not so harsh, I would say, and it's gonna push it out, but it needs water. So
Yeah. But
it,
it's not going to be pushed out in a
no,
diarrhea
it's
type of way.
solid. It's solid,
No.
very volume, big in volume and solid.
So Diana says, back to school and a new dog who is a Snuggles has really turned my focus upside down. I'm currently typing left-handed because he is laying on my right arm. That was a mission, I think, a couple of years
Yeah,
ago, where
writing with your other hand.
doing everything with the opposite end. So if we put on a pair of pants with a 1 foot always the first way, or the first and then the second, like to mix it up, because that then starts to connect
Yeah,
both hemispheres in the brain, which is important for
brain
brain
health.
health.
This is something I do every single morning and every single night. Every time I wake up and I brush my teeth, I use my other dominant hand every single day.
It's
And when
awesome.
I'm going to bed, I'm right-handed, so I use my left hand to brush my teeth in the morning and before going to bed. And while I'm doing that, I'm also doing what is it?
It's like
I don't
this.
know how to. Yeah, I'm also working on my legs, so I'm exercising my calves while I'm doing that. So at the beginning, it was so weird, but now, it's quite easy.
Tara, good to see you. A while, I know
Oh,
you said hello a while ago, but we're just catching up. Good to see you again, Tara. 15 minutes before my client call. All right, enjoy. Tina, I know you put your hearts into this, but could you please answer my question? I
yes.
really appreciate that. Yeah, I think we answered that earlier. Okay, yeah, we answered that. Um, yes, Tara, you're absolutely right. There's also an annual option. It's only 590 for a year, and you get 2 months free. So instead of paying 59 every month, you're basically paying for 10 months. You get two months free. Correct. Thank you, Tara.
Katie,
Katie, hello.
hello.
What protocol should I start if I haven't done any this summer?
Start with this week's mission because we're gonna build up slowly with different things. And the idea with what we're sharing is that you have a moment to experience, to feel how the turpentine feels in the body, how the
So,
psyllium.
sorry. This week, you said this week.
Yes, but I'm just giving examples
Okay.
that what we've been doing in the past and what we're going to do is to give you bites of information so you can really feel, okay, this is how it feels when I drink the frozen castor oil pills. These are the results. Okay, this is what happened when I took the turpentine. I felt this way. But all this is gonna make sense once you have the experience. So,
So,
so to answer your question, start this week with this week's mission if you haven't done anything, and with the weeks coming, we're gonna put everything together so it makes sense. So we're gonna put the whole protocol of every option you have during the month, near full moon, near new moon, blah blah blah. So clear what can you do in different types of the month. But at the beginning, the idea was for you to test and feel in different, not all together, but how does it feel for the body? Make sense? No.
no. So, simple. Katie, first of all, I'm going to make an assumption that you're already doing the morning protocol. Okay. If you're not doing the morning protocol, that's all you should focus on. Okay. If you are doing the morning protocol, perfect. Then to answer your question would be, yeah, start this week with the psyllium mix. and start doing that. And then next week, as Lau said, we'll build on. And also, we've seen you're doing the liver flushes every month.
Consistent.
So, like, that alone is a huge win. So I wouldn't be overly concerned if you haven't done too many of the others, because that is huge, huge, huge.
Yeah.
That's like a huge
Okay.
boulder that you've already put in motion. So that's
And I'm
amazing.
gonna give you a little explanation that it will help to understand other things. Is last week last week's mission, not no 2 weeks ago, we have the dad mission. Remember, I don't know if you remember. So maybe you did it, maybe you didn't, all of you. But when we do this exercise, we accept the strength, because dad represents the strength. So to have that strength, to have that force available, and we start healing that relationship, allows us to have the strength to continue with what's coming, to continue to take, to be, to have decision, to have power of will of what we're gonna share. If it makes sense.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So it was like something else that we throw on to help you with the following mission. So if you haven't done that one, go check it out. Do it. Very important. And yeah, psyllium mixture for this week.
Okay. Tara, responding to Tina. Okay, I do and save all your emails and missions. I just can participate in the lives because of your scheduling. Yeah, we see you a lot at the lives, Tina. That's awesome.
Also, remember that if you cannot make a live, you can always send the questions, and in the replay you're gonna have the answers to your questions. That's one option. Other option, you can always reach out to us privately and say, hey, what about one day doing it at this time, or I have available this. What are the possibilities? So it's always being proactive, and suggesting can also be helpful for us to receive that feedback, and maybe we can do something about it. Maybe the hours are completely different. Maybe you're in a different time zone, but there's always the possibility of being proactive, suggesting, asking, and also sending your questions and listening to the replay.
Okay. Diana says, thank you for those missions. I know there's a lot there that I can still attend to doing. Awesome. Tara says, yeah, I also have a hard time attending some of the lives because the time varies and I have client meetings. Yeah. Will the links in these emails still work? Well, they'll still work, but they go to the membership. So whenever people decide that, okay, they're going to leave, well, then they won't have access to the membership platform anymore. So, or the Facebook group. So the links will work, but you won't be able to access them if you're no longer a member. Yeah, exactly, Tina. How does she afford those infusions and treatments, right? Exactly.
We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know finances of parents, but
it's not easy.
What I've seen with other people, I don't know if this is the case, but with other people, is that their money from their retirement, they start using savings. Some people try to put as much as possible in their medical care, or social security, right? A lot of things are not accepted when they're alternative, so that's the other side of the coin, which is really crappy. Alternative treatments are not necessarily considered under the social security or insurance, which is, if you want to go through the natural route, well, you have to pay it all.
No, to add, so it's one of those things where it's like, well, I've seen them in a situation where they're like, okay, they're hyper focused, and now it's like, I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna do this. So it's no, oh, I can't afford this, I can't afford it. Like, I need this and I'm gonna do it. So they're able to move things, sell things, find ways to have additional income, and it always works out because there's like this intention and energy that's focusing on, okay, I'm gonna do this, yes or yes.
Yes.
And they're able to
And maybe I
and
can
things are
share.
able to work out.
Also, would like to share something real quick, a story from our past. But we were paying. We rent, so we don't have our own house. We were paying X amount of money, and the house was getting really, really moldy during rainy season. So at least 6 months out of the year, there was mold in our house, and that's when I was feeling really, really, really bad. So
And we
we,
noticed it once all these things started to take place, and we started, okay, we looked at everything and
yeah,
all these different, and like, oh,
there was mold everywhere. Even in my color pencils, I could see mold like the whole thing. So, anyways, we decided to move, but we had a contract in this house that we were in, like a very old contract. So we were paying a good price, really uncommon price. When we decided to move to a different house, which was newly built almost, the price doubled,
tripled.
tripled, and everything else in the community was same price. Like it was very expensive because during that time, COVID was already happening, right? No, not
No,
yet,
it was
not
just
yet,
started.
not yet. So I was so afraid. I was so scared. Imagine, I'm not talking about $100. I'm talking about a lot of more money. And we were like, where in the hell are we gonna get this money from? The thing is, we made the decision and we said, we're gonna make it happen. Uh, we're gonna work more. We're gonna be more efficient. We're gonna do this, that, and we're gonna be able to pay. What happens next was we moved. We start paying 3 times more on our rent, and because we take that leap of faith and we made that decision, the universe supported us, and the universe started to open up doors because we were willing to be out of our comfort zone. We were very out of our comfort zone, very, and
And
and that allowed us to grow. Because if we were to stay where we were gonna stay little. We were gonna stay comfortable. We were gonna stay small. But the universe pushed me like it was. If you stay here, you're gonna die. You don't have that. You don't know where that money is gonna come from, but you have to move. We moved, and universe supported us.
now, just to add to that, and we'll get enough about us. But anyways, just to add to that, at that same
Sorry.
time, at that same time, some of you have heard this already, but there was a membership program that we knew we would benefit from, and we needed at the time. There was amazing information and expertise in this membership. Membership is $2,500 a month.
Plus,
$2,500 a month for a membership, in addition to the 3 times increase in rent, and it all worked out. Like,
see,
so
so
if we can do it, and we're not special in any way, any stretch of the imagination, if we can do that, if we can make that happen, the point is
in Costa Rica,
you can definitely do that and more. Whatever it is, whether it's a membership, whether it's X, Y, Z, whatever it is,
yeah,
you can do
in
that
Costa
and more.
Rica to do that. It's completely different than in the US because here we have a different coin. We don't use dollars. Some parts of the country do, but it, having that experience for us to say like $59 is like, I know everybody's different, but we were so out of our comfort zone, and we know that we were maybe not having the same employee opportunities. We have our own business. We don't have a boss. We don't have a monthly payment like a salary. Uh, we're out of the system really, and doing and accomplishing that was like it's like I have no excuses, no
Yeah,
excuses
yeah, that's a
for me from my perspective.
good
But
point. We didn't have a job. We didn't have a steady income. We had nothing. Like, we just had a crazy idea, and let's go.
no, we had the focus. Like we have to move. Period. There's
Right.
no plan B. Is get out of this house.
But what I'm saying is, we didn't have, millions of dollars sitting around in a stockpile of cash just laying around. Like, we went into deep debt. Like, again, I mentioned this many times. You look at the numbers, and it would have been everybody here with just very simple math, very simple arithmetic would say that's financial suicide what you guys did,
Yeah.
but it worked out. Anyways, so how about we move on? Erlinda, you're so right. Okay, Monte, yes, totally. Rely on natural, beautifully, beautiful, beautiful. Katie, summer's kicked my ass, but still doing the daily protocols. I tend to blow off the missions. I have all the things to do them though. And we start next week. Perfect. Beautiful.
Perfect. Keep it simple as well. Don't get overwhelmed. This is key.
Andres says, Jared, I'm here because of what my mom went through. It's so hard to watch, but I'm thankful that I learned something from it. No one wants to go through what she went through, and I know it's the same with you and your mom. Absolutely,
yes.
Andrea.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Diana says, I had two students today talk about how they are stating their truth and letting their story free from being held within. I love it. I was so proud of them. I've waited 61 years to tell my story. We talked about the positive effect. We talked about the positive effect on their health that action will have. Beautiful, Diana. That's awesome. Suzanne, what you've taught me in the past has been intricate to my growing and finding my journey. Suzanne, beautiful. Diana, bounce around. My other dominant hand has arthritis from using it for heavy lifting and using my dominant hand for dexterity.
See,
you're
and
reversing that.
maybe Diana, if it helps, we have Sibu. Sibu, ya, mi amor, ya, papi.
Yeah, venga, papi, venga.
So, arthritis can be very, very much improved with the liver flush. Very, very much improved. So, a special encouragement for you, Diana, to keep doing the liver flush monthly. Okay, because it's not just that the inflammation, and because what you did is why that particular problem developed there when it shouldn't really. There's got to be something. So keep doing it, keep doing the liver flush. It very likely will revert and will help you with that.
For sure. Okay, Katie says, okay, thank you. And Suzanne says, blast, Diana, it works. Katie also bought Dr. Daniel's Vitality capsules.
Okay.
And Tina says, okay, it's good to know. I didn't know I could email you. Okay, now you know.
Yeah. Everybody can email us. You all have our email. Everybody can email us. We don't use Facebook Messenger. Sometimes I have an automatic response. We don't check uh, Wellness Academy retreat stuff through our Facebook. We want to keep it private and through email, because we never know about Facebook, and also because it's more professional doing it by email. So everybody here, over the years we received many of your emails, and it's no different now.
I also switch hands, just in kind of an opposite way. Yes, to continued liver flushes. Yeah. Beautiful. All right. Who else has got a question, comment? What else is out there bouncing around in those?
Yeah.
Those questions or concerns.
Well, let's see. At some point we can mention that. All right. So that's been our week. We have one maybe just to share in the meantime. If more questions comes, we're here. Take advantage. Questions. One of the girls that attended the retreat did her blood work, because she said that she has over 10 years that her cholesterol levels are off the charts, like really high. And she's skinny, she's small, she's in the physical therapy industry, so she knows.
Yeah, you look at her, she looks healthy.
She looks healthy.
Just for context as well, I think mid-50s.
Mid-50s, yeah. Right. Like in good shape. Around 10 years of her cholesterol levels being really high. And she told us during the retreat, like, I'm doing this, and then when I go back home, I'm going to do my blood work again. And I'm really looking forward to see the difference. She shared with us
already.
already the results, and she said, "I my gosh, this is the first time in 10 years that my blood work is normal, cholesterol between normal range." I mean, that's gotta tell you something. I'm gonna share that in the Facebook group because I feel it's amazing, uh, and we get inspired when people do the work. We realize we can do the work as well, and we can have results as well. So it was very beautiful, just to see, like, yes, how like, to have the numbers and to have the evidence that what you've been doing or what you invest in works and is going to continue to have a positive ripple effect as long as you continue with the the missions and you continue with consistency, with lifestyle, healthy lifestyle.
I love it, Diana. Uh, my cholesterol dropped significantly once I started the protocols in this group. Medical staffs are always amazed how healthy I am with no
Okay.
meds.
and
Kind of crazy, actually, kind of sad, but it's crazy.
and it's so rewarding to listen to that, so humbling at the same time, because when you do the work, things work. And this is, I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself a lot, but this is what it is today. But it saddens me when I read your emails telling me you're in a difficult health position and you cannot create time to do the missions because you have illness and you have disease or have chronic whatever. It's like, that's exactly what this is for. So you don't have to be relying on the $500 IV infusions.
That's amazing.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy because,
Suzanne says,
yeah,
my doctor, who is 25 years younger, said I was more healthy than I am, not on any meds at 71.
imagine. Like, what can you say? The body thrives in the right conditions. The body wants to be healthy. The body, it's a finely tuned uh, machine. It's like, so. I'm reading this book that it's absolutely amazing. Uh, the body is such a intricate, amazing machine. That this biochemical suit is, and it thrives under the right conditions. And that this is a proof, this is a proof that we need, or that we get to hear, or that sometimes we need to hear multiple times to realize that when you do the work, things happen for you.
Absolutely, given the right things,
Yeah.
the right building blocks to build, the right materials.
See.
It's amazing.
We also, if I may share, also we had another a lady join the retreat that came with cancer. She has a cancer diagnosed, but she's been doing a lot of things naturally, like to heal herself. And you see her, and you would never think that she has cancer. Like, no way. It looks healthy. It looks great. She looks great, but she's been doing a natural approach. Now, after this retreat, she's more like, she has more information to, and things that she still can change. But you see her, you would say she's sick. And is this because she's giving the body different things, different type of nourishment, understanding the emotions, being open to change, that helped her to look the way she looks. And she even said, like,
So this is a disclaimer for any fact checkers out there. This is just a relating of a story, what she said. We're not making any claims, but she said
that she felt her tumor diminish in size.
it's in a place where it's very.
You can feel it.
She can feel it. She knows exactly the size, and she said she felt it shrunk and actually shift position
in this week.
in a week.
So again, none of that would work. None of that would be nothing if people don't do the work. Like our membership would be zero if you don't do the work. It would be for us, but not for everybody else. The retreats would be nothing if people come and they don't do the work. But because they do, they see results.
Okay, so Andrea says, I'm not on any meds either, and the people are always shocked by this. The population of the US takes 80% of the pharmaceuticals sold worldwide. Holy smokes, that should tell you something.
Yeah. That should tell you something.
Oh my gosh. That's wild.
Yeah.
As well, Katie, never taking meds 60 and staying strong.
Hello, Tara. Welcome
Tara,
back.
hello. Good to see you again.
So it is possible. It is possible for other people. It is possible for you. To what degree, we don't know. Because we also have to trust the journey, the soul journey. But I think that if you do the best you can, if you implement, if you continue with the morning protocol, if you do the missions, if you still get sick and die, there will be no regrets because you did everything, you know? Because at the end of the day, the soul has a journey. We don't know. It also goes beyond our understanding. But if you did everything with care, with love, with disposition, with discipline, there are no regrets. And I feel that a lot of people, when they're crossing over, they have a lot of regrets for the decisions they make in life that brought them to that place. Maybe not. But I would personally would like to leave this world having no regrets, knowing, well, I did my best. I did my best. I have nothing to, yeah, I don't have any complaints because I did my best. If this is what my soul decided, well, but to live with peace, to live with ease, and also to live without being a burden to other people. Because I think now is very common that people age and they don't age in a healthy way. They become a burden for the family. They put them in the
Old folks home,
yeah,
assisted living.
assisted living. What? That's not the way of treating elders, but at the same time, your life decisions brought you there. So if you do your best, you would live with ease.
What else? Katie, me too. Suzanne, definitely my plan. Zero regrets, just joy.
See.
All right. Cool.
And if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your family and the people you love. Don't become a burden because of your health and because of your bad, crappy lifestyle decisions.
Love it, Katie. I'm just gonna lay down and die when I'm old. It's that actually, from some of the things we've read, that was commonplace.
Yeah,
It
that
was
that
like,
was
you
it.
know what? Tonight is the night. I'm gonna transition in my sleep. And just like that. And being like fully lucid,
Lucid and
lucid
healthy.
and vibrant and
Yeah. Remember that Never Get Sick Again book. If you haven't read it, read it. It tells about the story of different people in different cultures where this is what we're supposed to be. 100 years still reproducing because you live up to 136 years old healthy. And then you just, I had enough of this, I'm going. So
all right, so are you done? Are you sick with a rant already?
see,
As always, all of these things, the emotion, the rant, the finger pointing, all of this comes from a place of love, 100%. Um, So just know that as well. At the end of the day, all we want is for you to be happy, healthy, vibrant, whatever that looks like to you, whatever your definition of that is, however you're doing that, that's totally fine. But
Yeah.
that's really all we want.
Yeah.
So happiness, health, wellness,
Yeah.
inner peace.
And if this is not the path, find another. It's fine. And if it's a money thing, it's really the investment is $15 a week. If you divide 59 times between four, it's $15 a week. I mean, if you can think about creative ways of creating $15 a week extra, you know,
Or
it,
not spending things
if,
that you don't use in other areas.
if you can not spend $15 a week to have $59 by the end of the month for doing this for yourself, if this is your journey, we're here. But do numbers and realize really how affordable that is.
Cool. All right. Thank you, Katie. I call it encouragement. Again, with the utmost respect and love, that's where it's coming from. So
We're coaches at the
if,
end of the day.
if you feel like we're pointing at you and scolding you, well, it's coming from a good place to encourage. Thank you, Katie. Awesome. You need anything, let us know. You know where to find us. Have an amazing rest of the week. And big bear hugs.
Do this week's mission.
There you go. All right. Ciao for now. Lots of
Ciao.
love.